Hey guys, welcome back to my garden. It is a very warm, sunny day here in Florida, zone 9B, but I have a long lunch today, so I figured I would show you guys a couple things, and I'm going to be opening up one of my winter sowing containers, and I'll be transplanting that. Probably not right now. I'll wait till it's cooler and the sun's not beating down on the area, but I do want to show you what I will be transplanting, and I'll put it in at the end when it's all finished. So let me show you what I got. First off, I just want to show my beautiful new potting bench, which is not new. It's a used dining room table, and I'm repurposing it into a potting bench, but it is much better than my ugly old DIY cinder block one. And I did buy a plastic table cover because this is not an outdoor table, and we do get a lot of rain. This will go away once it's like fully dry, but I don't want it to get ruined in the long run. So I am gonna cover it, but overall it's beautiful. I'm loving it. But I wanted to start here because yesterday I sowed 2 more winter sowing containers, and at this point in Florida zone 9B, I really don't think we need to winter sow anymore. So I'm just using these as little mini greenhouses, because I'm not doing any indoor seed sowing. I want to make sure that these stay nice and moist and warm to get the seeds going. So I have some yellow squash, butternut squash, some hyacinth beans, and I think this is all butternut squash. So yellow squash, butternut squash, and hyacinth beans in those. But over here, I have lots of things. So this is what I'm going to be transplanting later today. So I'm going to open up this one in a minute. This one's apricot statice. I have pole beans that none came up in 2 different containers that I've done. So I think the seed I have from those is just no good, and so we're just gonna call that a loss. This one now has Greek basil, so I changed that one up. I do have some pink alyssum. Let's see if it can focus. Pink alyssum in this one. Tick seed in this one. I don't see anything in there. And then what other things did I winter sow? Oh yes, this I just opened up. This was a dipper gourd. You can see the olive oil container worked. I have some ground cherries that also worked. I opened those up. I have some more. This is pink alyssum. Yes, this is pink alyssum. This wasn't winter sown. This was just sown in this flat. But it was very pretty. So it is very pretty. And then over here I have blue-eyed grass. Don't see anything in there. I have really bad luck with blue-eyed grass in general, so that could just be me. And then I have 3 other different kinds of basil. I have sweet Thai, spicy globe, and holy basil. And this is Greek basil in here. Since I'm showing you my seeds, I guess I can remove this now. I have goldenrod, laetris, both Florida natives. And then I have, this is the summer pastels yarrow. I've already potted up most of the yarrow. This is the last bit to be potted up. I think I did the rest. Yeah. I have some sage and some thyme. So I have lots of seedlings, but right now I want to bring over this apricot statice, and we're going to open it up. These, oh, it's stuck to the tape. These weren't in there that long. I mean, winter sowing goes, we're pretty warm by the time I did this. We had a very mild winter. But look at that. Oh, it's so exciting. So there you go. I would call this the best success because everything else was a lot smaller than this. But this apricot statice did so well in this application. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to water this real good because it is a little dry. Water it real good now and keep it in the shade. And then tonight I'm going to come back and plant them. I will show you where I'm going to plant them. Hold on. I finally got compost. Oh, sorry. I finally got compost down in this whole row here. So I will be planting the statice along this fence line. I thinned out some cabbage. They look very sad. They're pretty mature when I thin them out. So if those live, they live. If not, they'll take the, they just were thinned out to make room for these really nice looking ones. That way they can keep growing nice mature heads on them. But yeah, so I started planting things like yarrow, and there's dill, yarrow, daikon radish, there's acorn squash here, let's see, basil, there's alyssum, more yarrow, and there are my potatoes. So this is where all of the statice are going to be going, because like I said, this is being turned into a big sunny flowery border mixed with vegetables and herbs. So I can't wait for that. And then tonight I will come out here and plant the rest, and I will show you the outcome. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so this has been 2 evenings later that I'm finally getting back on here. When I originally planted this container out, I recorded everything vertically and the videos were all screwed up. So I'm re-recording now, and then the reason why it's 2 days later is because, man, the sun is brutal. And even though that these things had pretty good roots on them, the sun, even the next day, I put these in the evening. The next day I came out here, and even mid-morning without sun protection, and they were so wilted, and I was afraid for them. So I actually had shade cloth running this whole length the last couple days, but I just took it off, and I wanted to show you what I ended up with. So you'll see how these I never messed with. They're still perky and looking good. I didn't transplant these because they were a little smaller, so I left them in there to go somewhere else. But a couple of these, like this guy, ooh, look at that. That looks really sad. And if that makes it, I will be very surprised. But I mean, plants do go through transplant shock, and that's just something that happens. These leaves are very soft anyway. They seem like something that would be very tender. So there is new growth in the middle of most of them that is sticking out, and it's nice and like perky. So I'm just gonna give them a few days, keep them well watered. I'll probably put the shade cloth back up midday to make sure they're protected. But yeah, so I think I ended up with 35 statice plants along the edge here. Oh look, my acorn squash are all germinating all at once. Planted way too many, just in case. But like this one is looking really good. So I am hopeful that I'm gonna have flowers still. It just might not be 35 plants in this section like I had planned, but that's okay. 35 might have been overkill. But there's some little ones. I have some basil starting. I think something dug. Yeah, something dug in here. Like, cause what is this? It's a leaf of something else. Something was digging under these plants. But yeah, so some of these are looking good, some of them not so much, but it is what it is. It's a new plant to me. I don't know. I've never done winter sowing before, and I might have had to let them harden off in the container a couple days, but I thought that that was the whole point of winter sowing, was that you didn't have to harden them off. So lesson learned, this might be just this type of plant. Well, actually, I know it's just this type of plant because look how good my beans are doing. And these were all winter sown. So it could just be that, and that's okay. So we learned, and most of them will end up making it. And I do have reserve plants right here, and these look great. So it is what it is. Hold on just a second. I want to show you one other thing. So I did put this Biotone starter fertilizer in each little planting hole just to give them the best chance at rooting in. I've never used it until this year, so we're starting with this and we will see how it goes. But yeah, so thank you for watching my first attempt at winter sowing some cool season flowers. It's pretty hot here in Florida already, so I'm crossing my fingers that these take and we have some flowers for the rest of the season. If not, I mean, it is what it is. They're plants. I'll grow something else. So stay tuned for progress updates with the statice plants and all my other winter sowing plants over there. And then my bean plants there that are doing great. So all the winter sowing fun. Any questions, let me know. And thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.